we're going to have to do our nightly reading right now because I'm about to go have an awesome dinner and fizzy pink cheap champagne and a hot tub because it gets cold at night here in California now, which is really fun. And the hot tub is done. And it's so beautiful. And it's the very first time we're like, you know what? We got to do this. We got to go in the hot tub. I got to show you something else. I always keep this pyrite on my twins' frame, his picture frame. I don't know. He needed it, and I had one for me, and I had one for him. And I mean, it's not pyrite. I'm sorry. It's hematite. Hematite. He needed it, and I had it, and I was working with somebody. Actually, I met somebody. And they were going. I don't know. I think I was hiking somewhere, and they were telling me about something horrible they were going through. So I gave them mine, and I always keep it on my twins' frame because see, it's magnetic, right? But I moved my twins' frame because there was no room on this table. He keeps being knocked over, and he probably shouldn't be looked at by everybody. So I put him up there, and I just stuck this here, and I thought this is funny because this is me, or maybe this is maybe him, and the pyrite's getting a ride. They're still connected. This is one of us. It depends on the songs, and it depends on the cards, and it depends on the message, but we're always taking turns carrying each other, and it's a light load. See, it's not a heavy load. It's a load we want to carry. I like it, and we're magnetic, you know. Oh, remember? Oh, I got it. I am magnet and you are the steel. That was it. Remember the message? I am magnet, you are the steel. So he's carrying me. I'm riding on that black horse, coming at you like a dark horse. Oh, I'm getting all kinds of messages right now. I'm laughing. Okay, I have no idea what deck we're going to be working with. Hold on, let me turn my work off. Not that my work has even been working today. You know what? I'm going to turn it off. It's ridiculous. It really is. I don't know what's going on with my work. Oh, I did private readings today, and as far as my work hotline, Spirit, I guess, is just telling me to just chill out. So I'm going to. So remember I told you yesterday about, I figured out that my, it was the water thing it was the hot water with the bleach that was making my skin get all dried out and yucky. So my landlord switched and put a filter on for me, and my skin, it feels so good after one. How is that possible? It doesn't feel so good. I bought one for my daughter, but I said, okay, I'm gonna try it today, and it already just right away it feels better. So things can change just quickly like that, you know. If you're feeling shitty, you can start feeling better. If you've been sick, your body's run down, it can repair itself. That was one shower. Now that I knew that what I needed to do to protect myself, right? And so once you protect yourself, also anything that you need to protect yourself, once you start protecting yourself from negative influences, negative people, whatever, it starts repelling, and you start getting healthier and stronger. My skin is repairing itself quickly, just like that in one day. So that makes me feel really, really good. This will start to heal. There's so many things I'll get. Okay, wisdom of the night. Wisdom of the night, that's what we're getting. Wisdom of the house of night. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Ooh, I love the way this deck shuffles. Very emotional reading this morning. Thank you guys all for bearing with me. Ooh, here's a friend. I gotta look. She was in Sedona and she left. Currently in Santa Barbara. Lots of us are being moved around this coming year, creating, upholding the grid. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. I feel it. I get it. I get it. And am doing the same. So see, she was taken out of Sedona. She was taken out of Sedona. Interesting. And I thought I was going and then was stopped. And now I feel like I might be again. God knows where. That's the truth. God knows where. And look at the picture she chose. I looked at that and my eyes went flying. That's Sedona. That's Sedona. And she's looking over the mountains. Damn. The sunsets there are absolutely phenomenal. They really, truly are in the Magic Kingdom. I just keep getting that I'm traveling. I don't know where I'm traveling. Sometimes we're traveling astrally. Sometimes we're traveling mentally. But I think that I'm actually literally traveling. Curious to see where Spirit sends me. You know? And that's the thing, too. Remember how we may have an idea of where we want to go? But Spirit moves us where we're meant to go. And we may not realize at first why we're meant to go in certain places, but we are moved. I was moved to Wisconsin, to Sturgeon Bay, to that one-horse town. The one-horse town. Ooh, that's interesting to me. And it was a crazy move, but it was amazing. Sedona was like, oh, the Magic Kingdom, but scary and lonely. And then California's been a freaking nightmare. It really has until I finally got to this place, right? So who knows where we're going to go next? Oh, was that it? Is that it? All right, that's it. No, that's not it. Hold on. Correct for neutrality on all levels. How many more? 2 more. Okay. Correct for neutrality on all levels. High Priestess. Yes. Oh, yes. Well, this is me. Is this you? This is the High Priestess of Fire. So, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo person. High Priestess of Fire. She's a passionate person. She is absolutely on fire. On fire creatively. Now, what is in her? Let's see. Hold on. Let me turn the light on in my other part of the room here. It's still beautiful outside. Hold on. Let's take a look and see. No, we don't have colors, I don't think, so much tonight. Sometimes we don't get colors. Sometimes it's just blue and milky and pretty. So this is it tonight. Ooh, mosquitoes. Not liking that. That wouldn't be fun on the boat. So isn't it interesting how some nights we have colors and sometimes we don't? Still smells good out there. Okay. Why did I get up? I moved my babe up here by this cocky rooster. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to turn the lights on. Isn't this the cutest little thing? Look at this little... I love this. I love that. In my little birdhouse. All my little birds up here. Okay. I moved him by a cocky rooster. That's better. Okay. There we go. There's some light on the matter. Now, I want to look at and see what is on adorning her left shoulder. It's actually the way you see it. It's super bitchin'. If you can get close enough. Oh my God, it's like 3D. What is it? You know, it could be a cobra. It could be a snake. But to me, it looks like the phoenix rising. You know what I'm seeing too? Right here. Right here. If you could get close enough. Sorry, you're not even looking. I'm so sorry. Right there. That's the dog, the Egyptian dog, which is on the head of the staff of Anubis, the god of lost souls and the god of resurrection. Oh, that picture is just bitchin' the way so it goes into all these different dimensions. She's very, very connected. She's got a serpent on her shoulder, which is healing and transformation. She's got a dragon's wing. It's a dragon. It's a dragon. Oh, it changes. It's a shapeshifter. And the number is 5. There are big changes rumbling through your entire existence at this time. It's a good idea to call upon Spirit for help with those changes while you're going through them. So she is the vampire high priestess of fire, the goddess of creativity and passion. Bam! So when she arrives, she's reminding you that you have the ability to create your reality, no matter what anyone else is saying to you, no matter what anyone else is feeling. You channel your energy in the direction that you wish for it to go. So right now, if you're raring to go, you're trying to figure out where to go, what's happening, that's me, right? Call upon the High Priestess of Fire, and she will inspire you to move in the direction that you need to go. She'll give you that shot in the arm. That's why her arm is exposed. She's like, right here, expose your arm right there, and I'll come and I'll give you a shot right there in that arm. I'll take my dragon, and I'll have him bite your arm right there. And then she'll release you from boredom. She's going to give you the fire that brings your light, that connects you with your creative and your sexual energy. Be careful, because you don't want it to be out of control. You know what happens with a wildfire, right? You want to control your energy. You want to take that energy and channel it in the direction that you need to go. This is about not impulsively throwing your fire around and being erratic. This is about directing it with an intelligent mind. Look at her eye. She's connected. Her third eye is highlighted. She's looking back over her shoulder, and she's like, She's considering. She's not impulsive. She's thinking. So she is observing. She's the observer. She's not going to be the reaction. She's going to be the action. And she's warning you, fire girl, don't burn yourself out. That's why Spirit said, stop working to me today, right? Don't burn yourself out. Use your fire wisely. You will shine brightly when you do so. Ooh, liking her. Ooh, look at that. Healthy Sedona. Look at the colors. Did you guys see my I changed my profile and my banner picture. I found this in the rocks. And what were we speaking about this morning? The time is now. The time is now, and it was carved right in the red rocks. I didn't carve it, but that's the message that Spirit said. So what also I want to show you, hold on. You want to let loose. You want, look at, connect with the earth, connect with Spirit. I'm on fire in a place like that. So use your energy creatively. That inspired me. I did a huge reading when I was up on that rock. I met these people walking along, and I was inspired by being outside. So that's, connect to nature. Connect to a healthy world, to a healthy place, and that will bring your inspiration out inside of you. Your creative energy will be sparked by the High Priestess of Fire. Ooh, liking her a lot. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Now. Time is now. Oh, I really like this. I'm Nugget, you are Steel. And I was in a one-horse town in Wisconsin. That's really interesting to me. One-horse town. And there's that one horse. No, 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 no. Come on. Why are you butting heads? You're butting heads. You don't want to see it. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Wow. That's not fair. Okay. Dang. You've got a choice. Song comes to mind is Two Princes. Look it up. I won't go any further. So, oh wow, the song. This is a song about, I want something just like this. I never saw myself as a superhero. This person doesn't think much of himself, always. Batman with his fist, Spider-Man. I don't see myself upon this list. Why are people so not seeing themselves as they truly are? You know? Powerful spirit creatures. So right now you've got a choice in front of you. If you're looking at the dark and you're looking at the light. We all have dark and light within us. Right? And it's interesting is they're talking about thoughts, because you see yourself this way or you see yourself this way. Look at the raven, magic and miracles. This guy's standing in Sedona on a mountain. Look at the fog that surrounds him. He's in a bit of a fog. This is a new moon, so when you put out your new moon wishes. 46, interesting, the age comes to mind. When I see that number, that's interesting. It's a personal message, but I know what it's telling me. So number 46 says, you're being urged to keep your thoughts focused upon your spiritual self and your divine source for everything. Because any material worries need to be handed over to Spirit. Give them over to Spirit. Don't worry about money. They know what you need. Don't worry about anything. Spirit knows what you need. All you worry about is staying on your spiritual path. That's the most important thing. So this guy's standing there, and he's thinking about the consequences of his actions, because his thoughts are like magnets. You are the magnet, I am steel. No, I am the magnet, you are steel. So what you think about, you bring about. You're thinking about this is what's going to be drawn to you, right? You're thinking about something else, it's going to be drawn to you. Interesting. I'm not drawn to anything else on my entire, I'm going around my desk seeing what I can pick up with my magnet. Nothing. I'm only drawn to this horse. I'm only drawn to that horse. So, this is a winged immortal. He comes from the house of night. And he has to choose between the darkness and the light. What do you think he chose? In your face right now. So you need to ask yourself, which is it? Is it the dark or the light that I'm looking at? Which is for my highest good? That's the choice. Whatever is for your highest good, whatever takes you on your path, that is the right choice. And this is a very important step that you're making right now. It's going to affect change not only in your life, but for others around you. Also, deciding to not decide, that's also a choice. You're faced with a choice. So your thoughts, what you're thinking about is what you bring about. So if you're drawing bad experiences into your life, you're thinking negative. You're thinking in the wrong direction. If things aren't working out for you, you need to reshift and reprioritize, right? Refocus. Where is my mind? Where am I on fire? I'm on fire in Sedona. I'm on fire. Maybe it's just that I'm on fire in nature when I'm connecting to Spirit. I was high as a kite there, naturally, right? So you're going to go to where you feel that energy, to where you feel that something that lights your soul on fire. It doesn't matter where I go, I'm outside, I'm like that. When I'm in Santa Cruz, I'm like that, right? When I'm standing on the cliff in Carlsbad, I'm like that. So for me, it's nature. But if it's a job or if it's a relationship, we can be pulled by the dark. We can be enticed, right? We can be tempted. Ooh, the next message means we're going to the Oracle of Shadows and Light. So whatever it is, you're going to experience good or bad from your choice. Be very, very careful. Oh, I love this song. Soul Sister. Your lipstick stains on the left side of my left side brain. I knew I wouldn't forget you, and still I let you go and blow my mind. Freaking love this song. I have to talk all the way through it because we'll get kicked off if I let them play it. Your sweet moonbeam. Every single dream I dreamed, I knew when we collided, you're the one I have decided, one of my kind. Yeah, that's the kind you want, your kind. Hey, Soul Sister. Ain't that Mr. Mister on the radio? Some of the kids nowadays wouldn't even know who Mr. Mister is. Oh my God, please tell me you know who they are. I don't want to miss a single thing that you do. Woo. That's the fun energy. Hey, hey, just in time. One track mind like me, hard direction, once love connection. Can't remember all the words right now. So obsessed, it's bound to beat right up my untrimmed chest. Like a virgin, you're Madonna, always gonna want to blow your mind. Yeah. Hey, soul sister. Woohoo! What goes around comes around. And I am glad for that. I welcome karma. All right, she's cutting cords. She's holding up the thread, and she's cutting the cord. I'm so thug, you're the only one I'm dreaming of. You can be myself now, finally. Oh, yeah. I want the world to see you'll be with me. Freaking love this song. See, this is happy music. This is the kind of music you want to listen to. You want to listen to music that lifts your vibration. Freaking love it. So, lots of us have difficult times in our lives, right? It's dark skies up there. Everybody's been through shit. Everybody's had negative experiences that have left us shaken, right? Either physically, mentally, even spiritually. For some, a very long time. It's called the dark night of the soul, right? Most of us that have awakened have been through the dark night of the soul. And what's interesting is that, and I've experienced this, and I'm sure many of you have and not maybe realized what's happening, but while you're still vibrating from that negative experience that you've just been through, you're going to draw another negative experience to you because you're holding that vibration. That's why it's so important when you go through something to do whatever you can to get out of it, cut the cords to it, let go of it, don't hold on to it, don't hold on to the anger, don't hold on to the sadness, cut loose, clear yourself because you don't want to draw more of that negative energy to you. So right now, Spirit is showing you that there's a karmic pattern that you have. It's a karmic pattern. And you're going to repeat this again and again and again until you understand that and recognize it, see it, work on it, and release it. Then you can be free from the influence. It's a karmic pattern. Remember this morning I said, don't be carrying around your family's karmic debts. You don't need to feel that. You don't need to carry that rotten energy. That means that they're in charge of your life and they're not. So you're going to take that string and you're going to snip it. You're going to say, you're not in control of me. That's your stuff. I've got patterns of my own that I'm going to reweave. Right? So fate has interceded right now. There's certain times fate will intercede and you don't feel like you're in control of the things that are happening. Then you have to start working with your higher self to affect the change that you need. There's destiny and there's fate. right? Destiny is how you take control of what fate has brought you. So that's what happens. Fate brings you this. Okay, well, this is what happened. I wasn't able to avoid that, but I'm going to not be the reaction. I'm going to be the action. So here it is again. That person, that lesson, that same situation that you have not learned. I have had this happen to me repeatedly, over and over and over and over and over. And do you want to spend a lifetime learning this lesson? No, I don't. So right now, something needs to be cleared. You need to become the master teacher. You need to let go. And it's very, very important of letting go. That is the lesson. Letting go of something that you don't want to let go on. You're trying to hold on. Don't forget the lesson. The lesson needs to go in your tool belt, right? That's where it goes. But you don't want to repeat this cycle again. There's an opportunity right now to try something different. And you're going to rely on the magic that comes from Spirit to bring you forward, to bring the wheel forward and spin something new into your life. You're not going to stay stuck in that same old place. Right now, Spirit says, learn your lesson and be released from that pattern. There's a lot of reruns that happen because why? We're entering Mercury retrograde, December 3rd. And it comes back around. Memories, things that make you sad, situations that come back to remind you of things that you've done wrong or things that didn't work out. Or maybe you're meeting the same kind of people over and over again. So check on what you're doing with the memories that come up. Today I had memories that came up that were very emotional. The whole reading was crying. But those are sweet memories. Those are precious memories. Those ones I tend with love. Those ones matter. Those ones I'm immortalizing in silver. I'm going to hold on to those memories, right? But there are some memories that you need to cut the cords to. You don't want to be filled with regret, wishing you'd done things differently. We can't go backwards. We can only go forwards. We can look and learn the lessons and then take those lessons and move forward and do it differently now. Every day we get to do something differently. Remember this morning, was it this morning's, I can't even remember, the reading where I said, we can always, it's never too, maybe it was yesterday, it's never too late to start again. And my body started, and I got tears in my chest. It's never too late to start again. It's never too late to start over. You can always do things differently. We aren't prisoners of the past. We're only a prisoner if we choose to make ourselves a victim or a martyr. We could choose to stay in a really shitty situation that continually abuses us if we want to be a martyr. I don't want to be a martyr. Right? So even if you've done something that you think is a mistake, it's something that you've learned from, and then it's not a mistake. Then it's a tool that goes in your tool belt and has made you wiser. You're not going to repeat that one again, right? We all have karmic lessons. We all have themes that repeat lifetime after lifetime. And this is why we're here, right? This is what is happening right now is there's a fate that's about to approach. Fate is about to approach at your door, an encounter. And it's going to give you the ability to master this lesson. So if you take that approach at this, okay, here I am again. How am I going to handle this? I'm going to choose differently this time. I'm not going to be overcome by other people's thoughts and feelings, and I'm going to take my partner and I'm going to go free. And we're going to explore. We're going to move forward. I know how strong I am. I'm strong as hell, and we stick together like glue. We're magnet and steel. I'm not going to allow all these busybody, gaggling, gossiping ones that feel that they know everything that's better for me to tell me what's right for me. I'm going to cut cords with them, and I'm going to move forward. Liking that message. Okay, we got one more. BMW commercial. The most incredible driving machine. Correct neutrality on all levels. Ooh, I know why they said what my karmic lesson was. Because we have past lives with people. You know, we have soulmates that come to teach us lessons. And then we have the soulmate that is your lover that's meant to be with you. But sometimes around Mercury retrograde, you get very, very tricky reminders of soulmates. And you're wondering, why are they back in my life? I said that when I saw that one horse town. And I saw that one horse. Well, that one horse, my horse that I'm connected to, that's not the one that's from that one horse town. Show me. Show me the message. Show me the message. We just had this one. Can I give them another one? No? Okay. A brief synopsis. Okay, a brief synopsis of the Lady in the Bosch egg. Well, the Lady in the Bosch egg, there's destruction behind her, and there's a castle that's also, there's a destruction. It's on fire. So this is the tower. The tower is behind her. So this is, I'm reading this card in a different way. Okay, so the tower, if anyone knows anything about tarot, the tower is when there's an absolute ending. of something, right? But she's got her back to this one is done. I mean, there's a tower that talks about change. This could be a tower that talks about change, but this is on fire. This one is people falling out, people burning up. That it's done. It's toast, right? But she's holding on to her dragon's egg, which is a bursting to life right now. Now she's turned her back on that tower, so it's already happened. The destruction is behind you. This could be also a place where you've come from. Maybe a reminder. Maybe this is a reminder of that time, which is what's happening right now with Mercury retrograde. So maybe you're thinking about that. You don't want to go back to the past. You're not going to go back to the past because you don't want to repeat this cycle. Because why? Because you've got a dragon's egg being born right there. You've got dragon energy that's literally erupting. This is new creation that's coming to life. And look what's happening. You're setting sail with your ship, and look who's carrying you. The white crane, the white heron, jack of all trades, master of all. The ones who stand on their own 2 feet, that see opportunities when others don't even notice it, and can make something magical happen from those opportunities. The ones who dance to their own drum, the weirdos, the eccentrics, the eclectic ones. The ones who don't care about keeping up with a gaggle of geese, gossiping Joneses. The ones who fly to their own beat, right? They go their own way. They go in their own direction, in their own way. They learn a different way. They're loners. They prefer the company of maybe one or a few rather than large parties. They're patient. They're a symbol of longevity, soulmate connections. That's what's setting sail over here. So her choices. Is she sitting here trying to make a decision? Do I go back to this burning tower? I know what's there. I know what's there. I've lived there this many lifetimes. Do I go to this one that's this memory? Or do I set sail with my new creation, my new birth? This is a new birth. It's a new beginning. So that's how I read the card. Could be indecision. It could be, no, I'm protecting my egg, my nest egg, and we're sailing off. I'm not going back to destruction. I know it's just an empty house. There's nothing there. This is just a memory. And I've learned my lessons, and I'm going to teach this young one. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to move forward. Things aren't always black and white. Even though I'm wearing this striped dress. So what else could it represent? Well, it could represent that Spirit is bringing you ancient knowledge from ancient times, from past lives. Messages are coming to you in different ways. Maybe in your dreams, maybe in a picture like this. Maybe you're just going to get a thought when you look at this and something's going to come to you.Maybe as I'm describing that, you're seeing something different. And so through that, you're getting a new message. She's also not showing what she's got. She's protecting this little egg. So maybe right now there's knowledge and gifts that you have that you're not going to share with others. Maybe there's certain ones that shouldn't be privy. You need to keep it safe. Camouflage that. And maybe when it's in a different place where you're in a safer location, then you can share it. Some of the energy that you're getting or some of the things that are happening you might feel are dark. It's darkness. It's coming from the darkness, but it's actually not. It's just coming from a place that's unfamiliar to you. You're receiving messages from different times, from times when people were burned at the stake. Have you had dreams that way? I have. I've had past life dreams. I was burned at the stake for being a witch, and I'm absolutely not. But you might be receiving messages from times, from people from back then. So sometimes when you have dreams and you don't know what's going on, or you're watching, it may not be from here. I've had dreams from different times. Absolutely, I know that I'm from a different time period. And the people were like me. They were misfits, they were mystics, they were oppressed, they were punished for the gifts that they had. The one that I met off the coast in Australia on that island where they sent all the prisoners was coming from their cell. Now, clearly, that was a past life connection. I was connecting with that person from a different time period, a different realm. So everything to do with the Renaissance era, pay attention to things that come up right now. Medieval times, Camelot. There's knowledge that's coming for you. It's coming for you. It's coming for you. Something's coming for you. Keep it safe. Keep it safe. Learn what you can. Pay attention to symbols that come to you. Symbology. What do the symbols mean to you? Maybe the symbols to you mean something different than they do to me. On her bodice, she's got ancient symbols written all over her bodice. I don't know what they mean. I know what some of them mean, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let you look at this card and pull it closer. There's lessons that you're getting. And you know that little bird, that little dragon that's inside that dragon's egg? Looks like a woodpecker. Have I said that before? I'm saying it again. Just looking at it, just the way its body is coming out of the shell and the colors and the head Looks like a woodpecker, which means there's a new rhythm pecking out in your life right now, an opportunity that's coming to you. I think I have spoken about, I told you I wasn't going to talk about this long, but I ended up being sucked into it. I'm drawn into it. The woodpecker totem, there's an opportunity that's knocking at your doors. Remember, the time is now. The time is now. That's what Spirit's saying to you. Pay attention. There's an opportunity knocking at your door, and they want you to take time and listen to what your thoughts and your feelings are on this. They want you to really, really pay attention, because right now Spirit's saying something's in front of you, and Spirit wants you to seize it. This is the leap of faith that we got the other night. Spirit wants you to seize it. You have to be careful of the words that you choose. Fewer words have a greater impact. Be mindful of the words that you choose. Be very careful of the words that you choose. This might be a renewal of an old project that you let go, that you thought was gone up in smoke. You've left it dormant. It could be a relationship that you let go up in smoke, or you left dormant, a renewal of a relationship. Serendipity is at play right now. Serendipity is when Spirit uses coincidences of the world to bring you closer to something. Information, people, something in the night. Something in the night. Something in the night. Oh my God, she's going to ride on that horse, and she's going to take her. She's going to take her. She's going to ride on the horse. She's at the perfect level. She's going to jump on the back of that dark horse, and they're going to go into the night, and they're going to carry with them something. Maybe they're not telling anyone where they're going. Maybe they're carrying something with them that they're not going to share at this moment. They've got something that they're going to breathe into. They're going to breathe life into an old project. They're going to use their creative vision effectively, and they're going to hammer through whatever walls they need to break through to something. No one has to know what we do. The song is playing. No one has to know what we do. Use your intellect to think up of an innovative solution to your current predicament. Listen clearly to the energy surrounding you so your intuition can interpret it correctly. No one has to know what we do. It's nobody else's business what you do in your own private life. Explore at this time. That's what they're saying. Keep it safe, what you've got close to you. Certain things that you need to keep safe right now and quiet. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's entitled to their privacy. My twin is very private. I respect that. I like that. Some things that are very, very precious need to be carried very safely. Certain things are going to come to you. Okay, hold on. Interesting. The songs never come accidentally. They come up exactly when I need them to come up. They punctuate. Have you noticed that? They punctuate. No one needs to know what we do. No one needs to know where we're going. No one needs to know what's in our mind. We have a plan. It's our plan. We'll let them know later if we want to. We don't have to go when other people go. We don't have to, travel in the day. We can travel at night so that we can check things out during the day. The time is now. God, that just popped up on my screen. Now I changed my screen and somebody just pulled it up now. Again, the time is now. See? There's no more hesitating. The time is now. Correct neutrality. One more. All right. So now what you want to do is you want to connect to Spirit. Because now you want to listen to everything that we talked about, and you want to let your higher self have it. You're going to go into a restful period now. This is a time for Spirit where you connect. She's sitting on her lotus flower. She's not thinking, she's not acting, she's not asking, she's just listening. She's sitting in front of absolute unconditional love, and healing is all around her. Love and healing. I am safe. The number 43 is a number that's important to me. It's coming in February, will be 43. 43. 43. Did I drop the book? Probably. I'm looking for my angel numbers book. It's not too late. The song right now wants to know, is it too late to start again? 43. The Ascended Masters and the angels are helping you right now. The Ascended Masters and the angels, your entire spiritual team is helping you so you can relax. Hear me. Close your eyes. Tell me the things that you regret. Because if I'm being honest, I ain't over you yet. Is it too... All I'm asking, is it too much to ask? See, this is like what we got earlier today about don't miss the opportunity. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to don't wait, right? Don't look back and say, I wish I could. I wish I had. I wish I had done that. I wish I'd just made that move. I wish I'd just asked that question. Spirit is telling you that you can relax. There's nothing for you to fear. This is the position they want you to hold right now. Absolute trust and faith that there is a healing that has taken place and you are surrounded by love and Spirit is guiding and protecting you at this time. Please listen. Please trust that we are with you. Please trust that you are not alone. Please trust that when you follow the guidance of your soul and you listen to what we are giving you as your guidance steps, you will be guided in the direction that you're meant to go. You need to balance out. Staying up late, you're ranting and you're raving, you're partying, behaving badly, all of that has to stop right now. You need to balance that out with spiritual connection, spiritual teaching. You're about to meet a wise one. This wise one may be very quiet, very slow, very peaceful. This wise one is my master teacher. That's the energy that you need right now, that you need to connect to. This is an inner discovery, and it might feel strange or unfamiliar to you. Things are going to come to you from esoteric places, from ancient times. But it's very authentic. It's very much you inside of yourself. It might be very difficult for you to slow down. You would think that I can't do this, but I can now. I'm very capable of going into this very, very still place, and it's a beautiful place to go. It was so hard for me. I couldn't even do a meditation. I'd have to do a walking meditation because I couldn't still my mind. But you have to master your mind. You'll be able to do it. Mantras. Nurture yourself. And you'll do this more willingly, without feeling guilty, you'll disconnect from the net, from others, from work. You'll know that when you do this for yourself and go to a place of tranquility and self-love and peace, this is the most important thing for you. There is no reason for guilt. You're going to bring into balance all of your shadows. The dark and the light. It's all going to come together. It's definitely worth finding this peaceful place. This might be a time where you need to take up different practices such as yoga or meditation. You know, even just physical exercise. Like for me, my meditation is walking or hiking the mountains. You know, that's when I'm at peace, when I'm outside. So it's very, very positive for you to do that. But soon a teacher is going to step into your life. Very, very soon. And when you meet that person, you're going to know. And they'll show you different ways to grow and evolve, the ways that you're meant to, the way that you're meant to look into your heart in a different way than you have, into the secret places. And when you learn from a very patient, loving teacher who has only goodness in heart, your powers and your telepathy and your intuition, everything will be greatly amplified. So at this time, it's about spiritual quests. Travel, again. Travel, I like that. Yoga, self-love, self-acceptance, relaxation, connecting to your higher self, your third eye, your chakras, cleansing of your chakras, activating of your chakras, awakening of your chakras, your kundalini on fire. This is about you connecting to the universe and receiving the messages that you are loved, that you are protected, that you are safe. These are spiritual blessings being poured upon you. But only when you correctly line up with the people and the situations and the areas that you're meant to be in. Mind, body, and soul aligned. The right people, the right places. Time to take a class. Time to take a new course. Time to welcome this teacher. Maybe it's a physical person coming in. Maybe it's a spiritual teacher. Maybe it's a mentor. Anyone who resonates with you. And even though this might be a slower pace than you're used to, maybe it's out of character for you, it's deep and it's rewarding and it's a true part of yourself and your soul has been longing for this. Bliss is on its way to you. Yes, yes. What a beautiful way to end this. Sweet dreams.